Did anyone really believe Luka Doncic's return to Dallas would be anything but dramatic? From emotional moments to roaring applause and yes, even a few boos, the night had it all. Luka's homecoming was a full-blown spectacle, and if there's one thing we've learned about Luka on game night, it's this. When the spotlight hits, he never delivers anything less than a show-stopping performance.
Step back, three-pointer in the corner, that's good! Oh, Doncic locked in from the opening.
Step back triple from the corner money. Luka Dončić came out firing, locked in from the very first possession. This night wasn't just about Luka's 45-point masterclass in front of a crowd he once adored and clearly still does. It was bigger than basketball. This was a moment the world tuned in for. Not just fans in Dallas or LA. It was a showcase of what unfolds when one man believes he knows better than the rest, when someone makes a move so bold. He trades the and as that decision echoed through the league, Nico Harrison stood under the arena lights, facing a deafening chant from the American Airlines Center. Fire Nico.
Puts it up and in, 45 for Doncic.
All the while, the very player he traded lit up the scoreboard bucket after bucket. Relentless and unstoppable, he sealed the night with his 45th point, putting the final nail in the Mavericks' coffin in poetic, almost painful fashion.
A night for Doncic that began in tears and it ends in triumph.
As if scripted for the big screen, he walked off to a standing ovation, every person in the building on their feet, cheering the man who once called Dallas home.
Hey, my baby. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
That standing ovation said it all. This is the kind of love Dallas still holds for Luka, and if anyone ever doubted whether that love was mutual, last night made it crystal clear. Luka's heart still beats for this city.
Got it from Kleba, again late in the clock, in desperation, he puts it up, and that is Luka Magic!
This was never a guy who planned to walk away from Dallas. At just 25, he had already led the Mavericks to 2 Western Conference Finals and an NBA Finals appearance. He gave this city not only unforgettable moments in Mavericks history, but performances etched into the storybook of the entire NBA. Us can only watch from a distance. But on this night, fans got one more chance to see Luka up close, and deep down, we all knew how this was going to end. In a game the Lakers had to win to strengthen their hold on the West's no 3 seed, Luka Dončić stepped up in a big way. He exploded for 45 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals, putting on the kind of show only Luka can. It was the first half though where the fire really started. From the jump, Luka attacked, getting the switch onto his good friend Derek Lively. But friendships don't count when the lights are on, and Lively learned that the hard way as Luka cashed in a smooth bucket. A few minutes later, Luka was on the break. With only Spencer Dinwiddie standing between him and the rim, Luka casually strolled past him for an easy finish, but he wasn't done, not even close. Luka turned up the entertainment for the Dallas crowd, hunting Lively again, weaving into the paint, and delivering a slick wraparound pass to Dorian Finney-Smith. Then, without missing a beat, he relocated to the corner, ready for more. By now, Luka was locked in, feeling it. And just to remind everyone watching who he is, he took on Anthony Davis next. It didn't matter how elite the defender was when Luka Dončić is in rhythm. There's simply no stopping him. And in that opening quarter he made that painfully clear. Dallas rolled the dice and tried to guard him one-on-one. Big mistake. Whether it was Derek Lively, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, Najee Marshall, or even Klay Thompson, none of them could do a thing to slow him down. Luka picked them apart, one by one, putting on a clinic that left the home crowd stunned. He capped off the half by drilling a dagger of a shot to reach 31 points before halftime. Luka locked in from the very first possession. Now, this isn't a hit piece on Anthony Davis. He's still a great player and a true Laker, but the optics couldn't be ignored. In a battle between 2 franchise cornerstones, Luka poured in 31 in the first half while Davis managed just 4, yet somehow he wasn't the most criticized man in the arena. That title belonged to Mavericks GM Nico Harrison. As Luka dismantled Dallas, Harrison stood courtside, forced to absorb the frustration echoing through American Airlines Center. The boos weren't subtle. The chants of "Fire Nico" were deafening. And that's because this game was about more than just one loss. It symbolized what many now see as one of the biggest blunders in sports history. One great performance won't rewrite the Mavericks' future, but nights like this are a reminder of just how much has been lost. It's not just about wins and losses anymore. It's revenue, ticket sales, merchandise, even sponsors walking away in the aftermath of the trade. Estimates suggest the franchise could lose 9 figures in the coming years. With crowd sizes shrinking and fan loyalty dissolving, sports can often feel overly dramatic, and, sure, sometimes we're all guilty of leaning into the hype, but this isn't hyperbole. You can't overstate what Luka Dončić meant to the city of Dallas. The connection between him and this fan base was rare, built on moments of pure jaw-dropping brilliance. That's why they called it Luka Magic. To not only trade that away, but to let it unravel in such a bitter and public wits, a wound that won't heal quickly, and honestly it might never heal at all. Now, zooming back in on the court, Luka has been on an absolute tear. Over the past 4 games, he's looked downright terrifying. He outdueled Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he dominated Anthony Davis, he carved up the NBA's top-ranked defense, and then, just for good measure, he torched a Mavericks team that was extra motivated to prove something. The scary part, this version of Luka looks unstoppable. In the words of JJ Redick, it actually felt disappointing that he only finished with 45.
I mean, I thought he was going to get 50. You know, I was disappointed.
Of course, JJ was joking, kind of, but honestly, it did look like Luka might be heading for a 50-point night. And it wasn't just because of the energy in the building or the high stakes. It was the way Dallas chose to defend him. What I didn't mention earlier was how Luka's game plan against the Thunder differed so much from his approach in this game. Against OKC, Luka was all about dissecting the defense with his playmaking. The Thunder often sent double and blitzes his way, which opened up easy looks for his teammates. Like this play, where Luka gets the handoff, draws 2 defenders, and dishes it to Hayes for the easy dunk under the rim. Or here, where Luka draws the help from Hartenstein and kicks it out to Finney-Smith, who takes Williams off the dribble. With Vando finishing at the rim, this was just a taste of Luka's brilliance in that game. The issue with doubling Luka is simple. You leave open shots for everyone else, and Luka is smart enough to capitalize on that. But the Mavericks, they had a different approach. After all, they're a team that's supposedly built around defense. That's what Nico Harrison said was the reason for trading Luka, right? To focus on defense. Well, that defense held Luka to only 31 points in the first half. And all those great defenders, when it came to guarding Luka one-on-one, they all took turns getting cooked. And that's exactly why Luka is a generational talent. There's no right way to guard him. We've seen it against every kind of defense, in every kind of environment. But apparently, Nico Harrison forgot that basic truth before making that trade. And I'm sure after this game, that memory came rushing back in a big way. If you stuck around until the end of the video and want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you think Nico Harrison might be one of the worst GMs in the league, hit that like button. Most importantly, have a great day.